This week on the podcast, we are still hooked on Destiny 2, and we'll tell you what we thought of the endgame content.
We also started careers in the NBA with the release of NBA 2K18.
So, and did I mention we played some Destiny 2? Find out more, coming right up.
Cue the music.
Greetings, fellow gamers, and welcome to the Silent Majority Gamers podcast. This is episode 5. I'm Limey Geek.
And I'm InsomniacMatt.
And not as much going on in the gaming world over the last couple of weeks. It's sort of the calm before the storm with the fall and the big releases coming up.
Exactly. But that does give us some time to talk about our favorite game, new game, Destiny 2, starring Nathan Fillion.
Yes. We have been playing it almost every night, I think, for the last, since release last.
Close to it,
yeah. 2-3 weeks now. And having a blast with it.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah.
So we've completed the campaign. I've actually completed it through the 2 characters. And now we're on to the end game, which was always a question before the game came out, is what would that end game entail? Right. Certainly the campaign and the story up until that point has been excellent.
Yes,
right?
Agreed.
Been great. Tons to do. Certainly comparing it to Destiny 1, a lot better story, a lot more engaging, tons more activities and stuff to do. And of course the loot grind, leveling up and all that stuff is really cool. But now we're on to end game, and I've been impressed so far.
Yeah, you know what? Much better than I expected, to be quite honest with you. I figured, a week or 2 into Endgame, I'd be done and wait for the next DLC or something like that. But so far, it's been a lot of fun, and I really don't feel like I'm grinding too much like I have in previous games like this.
Yeah, I think there's been... I saw some people online who did complain a little bit about having to grind to get up to the level they wanted in order to run the raid.
Yeah.
And I think that's only a problem if your goal is to sort of power level your way up there. We're probably not going to get to play the raid, or maybe not, at least not for a while, without having a big enough group to do it. So just sort of taking our time and leveling up, I found it great. I haven't found it grinding at all.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to run the one activity that gives you the most XP to power level, which is like public events, then I can see how it might get a bit repetitive. But if you're not trying to level up as fast as possible, if you're just trying to play the game and enjoy what's there, it's been great. There's a huge variety of missions to do between the adventures and the quests, and then the other activities and challenges. There's enough there that we sit down to play and we're like, well, where are we going to start now? There's so many different things we could do. So I've been really impressed with the way that works, and I'm not bored of the end game yet by any means.
No, me either. What's the raid level? 260 is it?
They say 260 to 280.
To 280.
So we're there. We're there now.
Yeah. So I didn't feel like that took too long at all. No. At all. And like you said, a lot of fun doing it. The loot is fairly fast and furious. It's not a problem. And like you said, you pick a world and pick a subset of challenges. That's an evening, I'm getting plenty of play out of it. Really am enjoying it. And did you know Nathan Fillion is one of the voices? Yeah, it's so good.
He's excellent in it, actually. Yeah. He's my favorite NPC.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Character. Him and
that dude from The Place and The Thing.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. No, I was thinking the computer AI.
No, Failsafe.
Failsafe. Yes.
Failsafe is fantastic.
Failsafe, yeah, they're good, and even the two of them together, riffing off of them. Failsafe and Cade. And Cade. Yeah. They got a pretty good dynamic there. So we'll keep going on that. We really haven't played that much Crucible. PvP stuff. Not.
I don't feel like I have to though, which is what I like. I do like that. There's a couple of rewards out there for when you're playing the multiplayer, PvP, but I don't feel like I have to do it. And honestly, it coming as from a Call of Duty background, I wasn't that thrilled about it. I didn't enjoy Halo as much, but I've played a few games on the Crucible. It is way better than I thought it was going to be. But again, I don't feel like I need to do that. And again, with our time being somewhat limited, with families and jobs, jumping on in the evenings and playing for a few hours co-op is a personal preference of mine. I love it. So
yeah, there's enough other stuff in there that we don't feel we have to go that route. But if you enjoy that, then by all means go ahead, because there's lots there, and it's pretty cool, and that's another way for you to level up and get loot, right? So
yeah. And these guys know what they're doing too. So, we're going to get through some more end game, eventually hit a cap. And by then we're looking at the next DLC, right? I have the Season's Pass for it. And I think they learned from the previous one where they're going to be steadily releasing some more content. And I really have high hopes for the next, 6-8 months of this game, even up to a year of this game. Because, that's how you're supposed to do these types of games, right? You're changing up the end game, adding new things, kind of like The Division, right? Which kept my attention for a good year. I can't wait. It's going to be really good. I have a lot of high hopes for it, and I'm really glad I picked it up.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because on the one hand, we haven't really found that it's felt like a grind to this point, but on the other hand, that's kind of the MMO style.
Yeah.
Is that grind. That's what keeps people coming back. So I think they've got a really good balance, because the grind is very fun.
Agreed.
Right, and enjoyable, and there's enough variety in it. It doesn't get old, or at least it hasn't yet.
Yeah, okay. Plus, Nathan Fillion is in it.
So when we weren't playing Destiny 2 over the last couple of weeks, we've been playing NBA 2K18, which was just recently released.
Yes.
And man, has that been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, agreed.
So we both started career modes. I guess we're both playing through the My Career mode. The game has a ton of different modes in it, right?
Yes.
You can do your career. You can do My GMs. You can take control of the whole team.
Yeah.
There's PvP play with the there's Pro-Am circuit. There's all kinds of modes and stuff in it. We've both been playing through My Career. Did you scan your face?
I did scan my face.
Yeah. How'd it come out?
Not pretty, but I'm not pretty. So accurate.
Okay, gotta go that.
Sadly accurate.
Yeah,
but not pretty.
My wife saw my character on screen and said it looked a little scary. So, which again may just be accurate.
I look like the caveman version of me. I don't know how that.
You know what? I appreciate having that ability in the game. I actually find it's kind of cool because you can name your character your own name, and then the announcer in the ring and stuff is saying your name and stuff, which is kind of cool. If your name happens to be in the list, but they've got a really
huge list.
Yeah,
I have not played a game that has that many names for the announcers to say. That is really impressive versus some of the other sports games out there. I mean, there's a couple that Matt wasn't even on the list. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I guess I'll be Francois.
It is, well, it's one of those things, and this goes to one of the other things I wanted to talk about with, 2K having perfected this game over the last years. They're now to the point where they're adding stuff that no other sports game really could, because other games are just, still playing catch up, right? Yes. So the fact that they've got just about any name, first name and last name, you could think of in their list for commentary is one of the things. The other thing they added was the sort of people are calling it GTA style, where you're walking around the neighborhood to do different activities. So you can take your character in a third person view and walk around and stuff. And that's not really been done in a sports game before.
It's a little odd, but it fits at the same time.
Yeah, with the whole career mode and you having that character and the fact you can customize the character and their look, and you can do different clothing and different cosmetic stuff. So it sort of makes sense to have a mode where you can really show that off, right? And walk around. So
super handy that you live right next door to the arena.
Isn't that cool? You got the arena,
handy and coincidental.
And your agent is like 2 doors down. It's terrific. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I go back and forth on this. Like on the one hand, when you're trying to go to different activities, instead of just picking it from the menu, you have to walk across to the place and go in and do it that way. So it takes longer that way. And going back to your home court and where your closet is to change clothes and stuff, you've got to almost go through 2 loading screens to get there.
Yeah.
Right? Which is kind of bizarre. So in some respects, that feels like an unnecessary slowdown.
Yeah.
But I see why they did it. I mean, it does enhance the game. It is sort of an interesting way to do things. It's a bit weird when you come out of the arena and there's 50 other NBA players all dressed in the exact same starting clothes as you. The brown shorts and the brown shirt and the tan pants. So that's kind of fun. But it's a social space, right? So we didn't mention that you're in that area with other players, even though you're playing your own individual career. That neighborhood area, you're walking around with other players, and it's a social space. And then there's the street ball courts that are there,
right?
That you are
such a huge social aspect to the game that I mean it makes sense. It makes sense.
Absolutely.
I did hear the first DLC you'll actually be able to steal a car and run over LeBron James. I heard.
So one of the other things I couldn't believe with this game is just how much of a big deal this game is to the community. I'm sort of more of a casual player.
Right.
I've played it a few years, but I didn't realize just how huge it was.
Oh, it's massive.
You have 2K day on release day, and I mean there were pictures online of lineups outside stores at midnight waiting for this game to come out.
Yeah, it was like Call of Duty on steroids.
Yeah.
I was so surprised to see a lot of those pictures. A lot of people tweeted out pictures of these insane lineups. Although the first thing through my brain was like, do these people not have digital?
Well, there is that. I mean, we get digital a lot, but there's a lot of people that still don't, either don't want to use up the bandwidth on their internet.
True. I guess.
People also like to have physical copies for various reasons, right? I mean, you can trade them in, or you can actually, some people find it easier to move, take it to your buddy's house between consoles and stuff like that. So there's definitely still a place for physical.
Oh, for sure.
Digital.
For sure.
I mean, that's a whole other thing we can do. But you're right. I'm surprised there's that many people still purchasing physical that you'd end up with lineups.
Well, I figure if I'm going to play a game for more than 3 months, I may as well get digital so I don't have to get off the couch and switch discs.
I hate getting up off the couch to switch discs.
Oh. Then it'll lose trade value after 3-4 months or what have you. So if I'm going to keep it that long, I may as well get digital, right? But if it's a game that I'm going to beat in a month or two, then I'll grab a disc and trade it in, trade it off for the next one. No matter how white I make my character, he's still the coolest guy in the locker room.
There is that too, yeah.
Did you hear about the second DLC that they're doing? You can win the championship and then uninvite yourself to the White House. It's pretty cool.
Oh no. Topical political humor now as well. No, it's not. That's not good there. What I thought was kind of cool is the amount of NBA players who play this game and are interested in it. And there was a number of tweets on release day from players as well. And of course, a lot of them, they say the first thing they do is boot up the game and go in and see what their stats are.
Right.
And then, then complain to 2K because their
I don't know
stats
of any other sports game that the players play that much and check their stats other than the WWE games.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See a lot of wrestlers talking crap about their stats. That's just because I watch wrestling.
That's okay. We won't hold it against you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So with Destiny 2 and NBA 2K18, that pretty much covered our gaming for the last couple of weeks. Not been a ton of other big releases or big news this week. Like I said, we're waiting on the big fall releases that are gonna
brace yourselves.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's definitely coming
for sure. So that'll do it for us for this week. We'd like to hear from you. So if you want to send us in any of your questions or comments about this video or about anything in gaming, we can address those on a future episode. Also, just give us a comment, tell you what you thought, and let us know what kind of stuff you'd like to see us do. You can leave a comment on this video, of course. You can also catch us on Twitter at Silent M Gamers.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.
That's right. Please do subscribe if you like the video. It helps us out tremendously. And we will call it there. So as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
See ya.